SBF ETV presents Battle of the Mind. And now your host, Jeff Spring.
Welcome to Scotch Plains Fanwood's 8th Annual Battle of the Minds. I'm Jeff Spring, your host. Today's matchup pits the Eskimos versus the existentially non-existent former U.S. presidents. Okay, let's first meet the team, the Eskimos.
I'm Mark Kirschenbaum, I'm a junior.
I'm Neil Bargavin, I'm also a junior.
Jeff Augustin, and I'm a senior.
Okay, that's the team, the Eskimos. Now let's meet the team, existentially non-existent former U.S. presidents, which I will not say.
Hi, I'm Julian Tan, I'm a sophomore.
I'm Charlie Rose, I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Jason Beagleson, I'm a sophomore.
Okay, that's the non-existent team. Okay, contestants, in round one, questions are worth 10 points with a possible 20-point bonus if answered correctly. If answered incorrectly, the opposing team can pick up the toss-up and the bonus. Okay, hands on your signals, let's get to the game. In 1971, the federal government switched the legal public holiday to the fourth Monday in October, but the rule was changed, and since 1978, the holiday has fallen on its traditional date, November 11th. What American holiday is it? Over here?
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day is correct, or Armistice Day. Okay, non-existent, your bonus is the following. Identify the following U.S. city from the Spanish translation of its name. Okay? The Crosses, and it's in New Mexico. The Crosses. Answer.
Santa Fe.
That's incorrect. It's La Cruces. Okay. Hands on signals. How do you spell armistice? Over here?
A-R-M-I-S-T-I-C-E.
That's correct. Okay, your bonus over here, Eskimos, is the following. Name the three countries that comprised the Triple Entente. Answer.
Spain, France, and Great Britain.
That's incorrect. It's Great Britain, France, and Russia. Okay. Hands on signals. What is the most populous country in the world? Over here?
China.
China's correct. Okay, your bonus is the following. Name the three European capitals that begin with the letter V. The three European capitals that begin with the letter V. Answer.
Vienna. That's all I
Okay,
know.
time. It's Vienna, Vaduz, and Valletta. Hands on signals, toss-up question. What famous symphony did Czech composer Anton Dvorak write while visiting in Iowa? The New World Symphony. Identify the French colony in Nova Scotia which provided the setting for the opening of Longfellow's narrative poem, Evangeline. Correct answer is Acadia. Now identify the state to which the colony of Acadia later migrated. Over here?
Maine.
That's incorrect. Over here?
Massachusetts.
That's incorrect. It's Louisiana. The Carter score right now is Eskimos 20 and non-existent 10. The Carter administration was filled with allegations about corruption and mismanagement of the GSA in Washington. What do the initials GSA stand for? General Services Administration. The military leader of Germany in World War I became in 1925 the first president of the German Republic to be elected by popular vote. Can you name him?
Wilhelm.
That's incorrect. Over here?
Weimar.
That's incorrect. It's Hindenburg. If I mentioned Antares, Aldebaran, Procyon, Altair, Arcturus, Spica, Vega, and Sirius, what would I be talking about? Over here?
Stars.
Stars is correct. Your bonus is the following. It's 2 parts. For which European country did each of the following 16th and 17th century explorers sail? I need both. Christopher Columbus is the first one, and John Cabot is the second one. I need to know what countries did they sail for.
Spain and England. Spain and England.
Okay.
Answer.
Spain and England.
That's correct for 20 points. The Hands on Signals, another toss-up. The Planet of the Apes and The Bridge Over the River Kwai are both novels by what 20th century French author? Correct answer is Pierre Boulle. Analogies to vision are prominent in epistemology. Which philosopher spoke of a cave in which people are chained and in which they see shadows, thinking these shadows to be the only reality?
Plato.
Plato is correct. Okay, your bonus is the following. Okay, question here. No man could serve in Congress for more than 3 years in any 6. Congress also lacked the power to tax. This was the United States under the Articles of Confederation. Okay, name any year the United States was under the Articles of Confederation.
1777. 1777.
That's incorrect. From 1781 to 1789. The score right now is Non-Existent 40 and Eskimos 30. Another name for an inflatable life jacket is also the name of a famous full-figured actress. What is it?
Mae West.
Mae West is correct. Okay, your bonus is the following. Name the 2 colleges, one in West Virginia and the other in Pennsylvania, whose football rivalry is sometimes referred to as the Battle of I-79, since this interstate connects the 2 schools. One school is nicknamed the Panthers, and the other school is called the Mountaineers. What are the 2 schools? Okay, answer.
West Virginia and Pitt.
That's correct. Written in the form of letters, this novel appeared in 1774 and tells the story of a sensitive and unhappy youth who commits suicide because he's unable to cope with his passions and problems. Name either the novel or its German author. The novel is The Sorrows of Young Werther, and the author is Goethe. Okay. Hands on signals. Name any 5 of the 6 basic food nutrients. Over here.
Vitamin A, vitamin B, zinc, iron.
That's incorrect. Over here, name any 5 of the 6 basic food nutrients. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and water. What cooking term is applied to a television program in which the guest of honor endures barbs and insults? 1 minute left in the round. Correct answer is a roast. On his way to Bethel, the prophet Elisha was met by a number of children who mocked him, saying, "Go up, thou bald head." How was this irreverence punished? Over here.
They shave their heads.
That's incorrect. Over here. 2 she-bears came out of the woods and tore up 42 of them. Whose record did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60?
DiMaggio.
That's incorrect. Over here. Whose record did Babe Ruth break when he hit 60 home runs? His own record. What resilient and populous class of animals do scientists conceive? That's the end of the first round with the score. Eskimos 30 and Non-Existent 70. We'll be right back after this message.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear
that you will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute the office
the President of the United States
of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
The Constitution, the words we live by.
Welcome back. We are now ready for round 2. The score right now is Eskimos 30, Non-Existent 70. In round 2, our category round, I will be asking each team 2 categories, 3 questions each. Possible 10 points per question. The team that answers the most questions will have a chance for a 25-point super bonus. We will start with the Eskimos, and the first category today is Civil War. Hands on signals, guys. At the Battle of Chancellorsville, the Confederate general, second only to Lee in brilliance, was killed by stray fire from his own troops. Name him.
McClellan?
That's incorrect. The correct answer is Stonewall Jackson. Okay, your second question. All of you play. Hostilities began in 1861 as Beauregard's Confederate forces shelled what Union fort in South Carolina?
Fort Sumter.
That's correct. Okay, the other 2 guys. One of the great literary works about the Civil War is a novel by Stephen Crane. Name it.
The Red Badge of Courage.
That's correct. Okay, your second category is medicine. Who founded the American Red Cross?
Clara Barton.
That's correct. Second, identify the medical discipline I'm talking about. A person that deals with nervous disorders.
Psychiatrist.
That's incorrect. We're dealing with a neurologist. Okay, both of you play. 2 men are waiting in the doctor's office. One of them is worried about his alopecia and the other about his adiposity. Tell me what both of these terms mean or what these problems are. Alopecia deals with what and adiposity deals with what? Correct answer is baldness and fatness. Fatness is adiposity, alopecia is baldness. Okay, how many questions? We have 3 correct answers over there. Now we'll go over to the non-existent. Naval warfare was revolutionized when 2 ironclad ships clashed for the first time. The result was a draw. Name the 2 ships. Over here?
The Monitor and the Merrimack.
That's correct. The outstanding naval figure of the war was the man who captured Mobile Bay, the last major Confederate port. Name him.
Admiral Farragut.
That's correct. Your last one. What general made the famous march to the sea and presented Lincoln with the city of Savannah? 1 person plays. Correct answer is Sherman. Okay, now we're going to the medicine category. Okay? In response to what war was the Red Cross founded?
World War I.
That's incorrect. It was the American Revolution. Who began the nursing profession?
Florence Nightingale.
That's correct. Your last question. Identify the medical discipline, the person that deals with diseases of women. 2 people play. The correct answer is a gynecologist. How many? They have 3. Okay, both teams play for the super bonus. Okay. Hands on signals. In a painting by Rembrandt, 2 Greek historical personages are featured. One of them is contemplating a bust of the other.
Homer and Aristotle.
Okay, specifically. Okay, I'll give you credit for that. Aristotle's contemplating the bust of Homer. That's correct for 25 points. Okay, at the end of round 2, we see the score 100 for non-existent and 85 for the Eskimos. Contestants, in round 3, questions are worth 10 points if answered correctly. If answered incorrectly, the opposing team can answer for 20. Hands on signals, be ready to play. Okay, first question. The first president who was born a U.S. citizen and not a British subject was? Over here?
Van Buren.
Van Buren is correct. What's the capital of the Canadian province of Newfoundland? St. John's. Who is acknowledged to be the father of the modern detective story?
Doyle.
That's incorrect. Over here, 20 points. Who's acknowledged to be the father of the modern detective story? Edgar Allan Poe. If you received a medal with 3 naked men with their hands on each other's shoulders, what would you have won?
An Olympic event.
That's incorrect. Over here. The Nobel Peace Prize. What's the capital of Finland?
Helsinki.
That's correct. Identify the following old nickname of the U.S. flag.
Stars and Stripes.
That's incorrect. The following old nickname of the U.S. flag. Over here.
Old Glory.
Old Glory is correct for 20 points. Where in the contiguous United States is the lowest point only 84?
Death Valley.
That's correct. What did Walter Hunt patent in 1849? Over here.
Safety pin?
That's correct. The ancient city of Samarkand holds the tomb of what famous conqueror?
Cortez.
That's incorrect. Over here.
Alexander the Great.
That's incorrect. It's Tamerlane. The score right now is Non-Existent 130 and Eskimos 115. Budapest is the capital of what?
Hungary.
Hungary is correct. Name any 3 of the 6 categories for which a Nobel Prize is awarded.
Peace, physics, chemistry.
That's correct. Economics, medicine, and literature is also correct. Give the chemical name for the following. HC2H3O2. HC2H3O2.
Acetic acid.
That's correct. I was an American artist born in Boston who worked for Harper's Weekly, illustrating Civil War battlefield scenes. In 1883, I settled permanently on Prout's Neck on the Maine coast. I painted the Gulf Stream, the fog warning, and 8 bells. Who was I? Over here?
Norman Rockwell.
That's incorrect. Over here. Winslow Homer. Identify the science fiction writer who wrote The Cat Who Walks Through Walls.
Robert Heinlein.
That's correct. Name the 3 colors of the French flag.
Red, white, and blue.
That's correct. Which disease caused by rickettsia may have killed more than 3 million people in Russia during the revolutionary period that followed World War I?
Rickets.
That's incorrect. Over here.
Bubonic plague.
That's incorrect. It's typhus. Who was the former UN Secretary General who recently was accused of being a member of a Nazi organization during World War II?
Perez.
That's incorrect. Over here. Kurt Waldheim. The score right now is 155 for Eskimos and 140 for Non-Existence. From what city did the radio station KDK...
Boston.
That's incorrect. From what city did the radio station KDKA originate?
Cincinnati.
That's incorrect. It's Pittsburgh. Give the first names of the Judds.
Winona and Naomi?
That's correct. What's an LRV on the moon?
Lunar roving vehicle.
That's correct. Who was who was the author of Sister Carrie? Theodore Dreiser. Identify the FSLIC, The association which insures deposits up to $100,000.
Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Company.
I'll accept that. Insurance Corporation. We'll accept that. Okay. The Richter scale is a measure of ground.
Earthquakes.
That's incorrect. Over here. The Richter scale is a measure of ground motion from 1 to 10 as recorded on a seismograph. What's the difference between an earthquake registering 5.5 and one registering 4.5?
Magnitude of 10.
That's correct. 20 points. What's the name of the poisonous plant of the genus Conium of the parsley family having spotted stems, finely divided leaves, and small white flowers? Another hint, the source for the poison that Socrates.
Poison ivy.
That's incorrect. Over here, the source for the poison that Socrates drank. Correct answer is hemlock. Okay. Name the 3 top U.S. coal mining states. All 3 of them. West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Kentucky. Which former U.S. Supreme Court justice said in 1964 about pornography that he could not define it, but I know it when I see it?
Edwin Meese.
That's incorrect. Over here, former U.S. Supreme Court justice.
Marshall.
That's incorrect. It's Potter Stewart. Identify the NRC, an agency which inspects nuclear facilities.
Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
That's correct. In which part of the body is affected by the disease osteoporosis?
The bones.
The bones is correct. Franciscan Leonardo Boff of Brazil was ordered not to write or speak for a year because the Vatican sees his views as too closely linked with Marxism. Name the theology he advocates. Liberation theology. What is the meaning of the acronym AIDS?
Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome.
That's correct. Japanese-American architect Minoru Yamasaki recently died. Identify the building for which he is known, the world's second tallest.
World Trade Center.
That's correct. Name the first woman in space.
Sally Ride.
That's incorrect. Valentina Tereshkova. Identify the only 2 musical artists who had a song in the top 40 in each year of the 1970s. Elton John and John Lennon. Tsai Lun, an official of the Chinese imperial court, in or about the year 105, represented the Chinese court with what new invention? Correct answer is paper. Okay. Questions here. Aboard which type of vessel was the TV movie The Fifth Missile mostly set?
Submarine.
Submarine is correct. What was the nationality of the chemist Alfred Nobel?
German.
That's incorrect. Over here?
Swedish.
That's correct. 20 points. Kenneth Kaunda is the president of which African country whose capital is Lusaka? Correct answer is Zambia. Using Roman numerals, I want Arabic values. What is the value of D?
500.
That's correct. Where is the last place on Earth, according to Roland Huntford in his book of the same title? It's 1 minute left in the match. The South Pole. If pencils are packed 75 to a box, and 20 boxes can be packed in half an hour, How many pencils can be boxed in 2 hours?
300.
That's incorrect. Over here, pencils are packed 75 to a box, and 20 boxes can be packed in half an hour. How many pencils can be boxed in 2 hours?
7,500.
That's incorrect. There's 6,000. Which company has been ordered to stop producing instant photographic cameras and film?
Polaroid?
That's incorrect. Over here.
Kodak.
Kodak is correct. 20. Because of its severe storms, what name is often given to the Gulf Coast Strip from Florida to Texas?
Hurricane Alley.
That's correct. Which company produces the Bronco 2 XLT truck?
Ford.
That's correct. Who was the first American to win the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature? It was in 1930. It was Sinclair Lewis. That's the end of an exciting match with the score Eskimos 265 and Non-Existent 200. Join us next time for another match of Battle of the Minds.